Ever since my Mockingbird review, I've gotten so many DMs asking for the key differentiators between the Uppababy Vista and the Mockingbird stroller. They're very similar, but there are some differences, so let's check them out. Hey guys, Andrew here at Verb. So the major difference that we're really gonna find between the Uppababy Vista and the Mockingbird stroller is ultimately gonna be price. $900 versus $350. $350 being what I'd call a pretty reasonable and friendly price point for a quality stroller. Now, while there are a bunch of tiny differences between the two, I'll do my best to highlight the general differences that really stick out to me from top to bottom, starting with the handlebars. Both have nice leather details, but there is a noticeable difference in the feel. The Vista is a bit wider in the hands and has a firmer feel, while the Mockingbird's a little bit narrower and softer to the touch. When it comes to the handlebar adjustment, each brand has a different take on that. Mockingbird has you push the buttons on the side to rotate it upwards and downward, whereas the Vista's adjustment is a bit simpler with a one-handed motion. All you have to do is press that handle center button and pull up or down to the desired level. When it comes to the fold, the roles are reversed, where the Mockingbird is a one-handed fold, while the Vista has you pull the triggers on either side of the frame before pushing it downward. When folded, their looks are pretty similar, with the Vista being just slightly more compact. I'm liking that a little bit more. And they're both really similar in weight at just around 26 pounds. The seats and canopy are fairly comparable, with the Mockingbird offering a little bit more of a wider mesh window at the rear for more airflow. Note that Mockingbird's handlebar does stick out farther, so you may need to remove it when loading it into smaller sedans. Unique to Mockingbird is how their footrest can unzip to easily remove dirt and crumbs. Also, their magnetic sunshade offers full coverage, which is pretty cool, while the Vista's extendable sunshade isn't full coverage but is built into the canopy. So up to this point, the differences really aren't that major. They're pretty similar. If I had one personal preference thing that I would toss over to Mockingbird, it'd be the ratcheting mechanics in the footrest. If you notice with the Vista, the rest is locked and you need to press both side buttons to adjust it. With Mockingbird, it functions similarly, but the difference being that it can ratchet up on its own. And that's actually pretty convenient to access that front compartment. But when you load it into the car, it can be a little bit annoying. Sometimes when I'm loading it into the trunk and I make some sort of adjustment to it, the footrest will ratchet up and then lock in place, and then it won't fit fully into my Civic's trunk. So I have to take it out, readjust, and then put it back in there. It doesn't always happen, but it is something to note that has happened to me on occasion. Moving down, let's take a look at the basket. Now, the Vista is top-notch in everything. The only thing I can complain about is the basket and that crossbar that basically cuts it in half. And that's the only thing I don't like about the Uppababy Vista. The Mockingbird's basket is wide open and deeper and seemingly offers more space. Moving on, the back wheels of the Vista are noticeably larger. Larger wheels usually means more stability and a smoother ride. That said, they both push very similarly. The differences are minimal. Mockingbird can handle a little bit of bump, a little bit of terrain, not off-roading, but stuff within reason. At the far back, you'll find the brakes, which are both engaged with one foot, the Uppa feeling a little bit cleaner with the simple click and color indicator, while Mockingbird's is almost identical to the Bumble Ride Speed Jogger with that rod that locks into the wheel. Another major difference is that Mockingbird isn't future-proof, right? It can't expand to a double yet, but I did stalk their Instagram, and whoever manages their social has hinted that something is in the works. I'm not sure when, but it is coming soon. So I was right about that in my previous review, which is cool. People buy the Vista to future-proof themselves as their family grows, which is why we got it. The main hesitation that I see when people are considering the Mockingbird is that double expansion question, but luckily that is in the works. In thinking about it, I really don't know that any of the things that I mentioned are gonna make or break your decision to go one way or another. If you're really debating between these two, the tipping point is probably just gonna be price and double expansion. So to sum it up, Uppababy is probably the more polished option. They've been around longer, they've over 10 years now they've been doing this, but Mockingbird isn't far off with V1 over here. It's looking good. So what you have to ask yourself is, are the subtle differences that make Uppababy just a little bit better worth that $600 upgrade? To most budget-conscious families, I'd say probably not. Now, I will say that this review is probably for folks who are considering more budget-friendly stroller options, like maybe your Kikos or the Gracos of the world. What I would say is it is worth adding a little bit more to that budget to go for the Mockingbird, because you're really getting something that's pretty quality. If you're strongly considering the Uppababy Vista, you're more likely in a higher tier, comparing it to the Bugaboos and the Nunas of the world. And to that, I would say, go Uppababy. But if you're kind of in this middle realm where you're considering, something even like Lala Follow, which is another direct-to-consumer brand. You know, I would say that you're getting a lot at just $350 for the Mockingbird stroller. If you're feeling bad and you're saying like, man, I really want that Uppababy, but it's just, you know, my budget's not there, don't feel bad. Mockingbird's your answer. It's a good solve. For comparison, both brands are fantastic. I use both of them on a daily basis, but I'll open it up to the comment section. What are your thoughts? I know that there are some Mockingbird truthers out there. Share your experience with other parents out there. Your opinions are just as valuable as mine, and honestly, it's what makes the Dadverb community so strong. I love your guys' thoughts. So that's all I've got for you guys. If you found this video helpful, smash that like button down there. It looks like a thumbs up. For more videos and reviews for new parents, please consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching this video, and come back for the next one. God bless, guys. Later.